It's cheerful to God when you rejoice or laugh from the bottom of your hearts. So now I would like to take for you to take a 1 minute and think about when was the last time you really had a good laugh? And I mean a truly good laugh when you could feel your abdomen muscles, your eyes were filled with happy tears, and you felt so good. That's how I describe a good laugh. I'll go even further and call it a healthy laugh. Because as we know, laugh is really beneficial for our well being, and stress is number one for causing lots of illnesses. Um, Listen, we all need a good laugh more often than we think we do. And as adults, obviously, we probably have less laugh because we are worried about more things. Everything in our present world seems quite dull and negative. If we look through social media, news, newspapers, and everything else, adult life can be really stressful. Jobs, responsibilities, stress, you name it. It's easy to fall into gloom, even with content that is all about doom, and gets more views than some other stuff, and also it makes money. You know, controversies, conspiracies. But what about your life? Trying to concentrate on yourself. I can talk for myself. I don't like life sometimes. I don't feel like I wanna laugh, obviously. But something happened on Monday. It was this Monday. It was such a miserable day. Dark, wet, typical British, depressing weather. I didn't want to leave my bed. I just recovered from another migraine episode, so my energy levels weren't back to normal, I would say. But you know, I had to go to work as usual and also attend my college class straight afterwards. So during our class in the afternoon, we had a task to write an opening of a story, which is part of our GCSE practice. So me and my classmate, as it turned out, were writing about something very, very similar. It turned out we both actually included hamster in our stories, and I mean hamster, the little pet you get that you can keep it in a cage. And this, for some reason, triggered this unexpected, hilarious laugh. Each time we look at each other, we burst out laughing. Our teacher was smiling, and she was probably thinking, "What on earth is happening here?" I was led like a beetroot, and my eye filled with tears. It was really about nothing. It was just about a story about a hamster. But now, in that moment, we just both got giggles, and they lasted for some time. It was such a great feeling. And I have to tell you something, even though I talk and reflect about certain stuff on this channel, my writing is quite deep, which I share with you because I want to. I also have a great sense of humor. In reality, I am funny, cheery person that likes to make jokes, but only with certain people I click, and you really, really need to know me well. I can also laugh at myself and my stupid mistakes, especially that's from the ones from the past. That is just me. This is not about being happy 24/7 because that's obviously not possible. There are times in life when you certainly can't laugh or don't feel like laughing, and that's normal. Fake positivity or laugh is definitely a no-no, and I'm not promoting that. I never do on my channel. This is just a reminder to actually make sure you include more love in your everyday life, because it is important for your own well-being. If you got some really, really good friends or colleagues or family members that you can laugh with, then do appreciate that. It's very, very hard these days to find a good tribe. If not, if you're a person who doesn't have, just watch a funny stuff that actually makes you feel good. Take a break from all the seriousness. Just pause for a moment. Turn off the news, turn off the dramatic content and creators. If you have a stressful job, try not to overthink. Go home and put a comedy on, or talk to your partner or wife. Laugh about something, or support the other person. If they come home and they are stressful, maybe that's what they need that day. Life is not easy. The world is a mess. Social media is full of fakes. This is a fact. But there are still people that can make us laugh. I will link some channels in my description, some videos that you can actually watch if you want to. If you do have some kind of channels that you watch that are funny, please do share in the comments below. I will be really happy to check them out. So what I'm going to go back, I remember in my early 20s when me and my friends and my other flatmates, we used to meet at each other's room and had a really good laughter about silly stuff after long days at work, because we all came here, moved to UK for a better life, and we used to work long hours, and we were really tired, and we just needed to relax. And looking back at that was the best medicine. Like, we support each other. In this way, we will just cry our eyes out. We would tell some kind of ridiculous stories. We'll make ridiculous jokes. And we just always ended up crying uncontrollably from our silly stories. And I think this is so important, but so overlooked. We should actually encourage one another. And if someone is constantly miserable, then just get rid of that person. Just get rid of them. I mean, find your tribe. There are lots of people who like to be negative all the time, and I think that's really not good for you. And not good for anyone in a long run. I used to have that one person who constantly complained about the life. It was the same story each time we met, and I've realized that after meeting with that person, I constantly was getting headaches. So I just had to get rid of her. It was just too draining. I would say the best connections obviously are in person. Silly jokes, but we also have technology, so that's a bonus if your friends or family live far away, and you can use WhatsApp or other apps to connect with your family. So we could use technology in that way for a good reasons. Stress is number one killer or a starter of any illnesses, and love is the best medicine, and it is for free, but it's so hard to get. So this of course is not a lecture, but just a simple reminder. If you're fortunate enough, don't forget to laugh. I still laugh at my ridiculous mistakes, especially when I was younger. I just laugh at them. There is time for everything. As I mention this often in my videos, we also cannot change the words. As much as we want to, it's not possible. Politicians, obviously, I don't really like to talk about politics or anything like that, but politicians are morons, in my opinion. I always roll my eyes. People argue with each other about a certain person or party, but at the end of the day, the majority of them, they are all the same. They are there for money and for themselves. I used to get angry sometimes with this. Now I rather do something productive for myself. Politicians for me are like little kids, little boys playing at the playground, trying to be the best, more powerful or clever. But most are just rich idiots. Sorry for my language. Yep, I said it. They're just idiots. But this is not about politics and my views of that, because it's just the way it is. I just wanted to give you this example. Like, a lot of people waste their energy and stressing about certain people, arguing with people, instead of maybe trying to build something different or change something in your life. What I want to say. So I just wanted to share this kind of reflection and my observation from this week's, because obviously I go through the stages when I have those days when I don't want to laugh. Sometimes I even wake up, I am grumpy, but then as the day progresses, I go to work, I do my things, I meet with other people, face to face, we have a good laugh after a stressful day, and it just reminds me that it is really important. And if you click with someone, and if you have some kind of, I don't know, if you have people like that in your life, appreciate that and make the most of it. Make the most of it. Or like I said, just watch some good stuff. So I just minding my own business and trying my best as always. So be well, God bless, and thanks for tuning in.